Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
Hello and welcome back to our second live stream today at Elfia Haar Silence. Haar Silence, I hope I pronounced it correctly this time. We are back again at Castle de Haar and we have great guests here. Terry English is here again. Please come onto the stage. We have the red carpet for you, just for you. It fits your jacket perfectly. How are you today?
Nice to be back. Yeah. How are you?
Well, I'm fine, I'm fine. You can see this, I got a flower from my girlfriend.
Yeah. You recovered from wearing the armor yesterday.
It was great. It was an amazing experience.
He wants to keep it now.
I
Yeah,
want
he
to
wants
keep
to
it,
keep it and
but
put it
she
in
doesn't let me keep it.
Yeah, because you want to put it in our living room. No.
Would look great, right?
Every home should have a castle with a suit of armor.
Of course.
No, it
Our
shouldn't.
own empire, you know?
Of course. You know how small a living room is?
We can make it bigger.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, for everyone who hasn't seen me in armor yesterday, we have a special guest. Would you like to announce her?
Yeah, please do. This is the lovely Sandra from Slovenia, the ambassador of Slovenia for the Elfia. And this armor I made here, this was made for Sinead O'Connor, the singer, back in the, what would that be, 80s, I guess, yeah. And she was going to play Joan of Arc in the film Jeanne d'Arc. And she unfortunately got bad comments on the television about the Pope. And so she became bad news. So she was replaced by Mila Jovovich, who eventually did the film Jeanne d'Arc. So, but this was originally made for Sinead O'Connor. And then I had to make another one for Mila Jovovich. But, and this, I may say, this lovely lady never worn armour before. We only met her today. We roped her into wearing it, and it's not even made for her, so I don't really fit properly. But I tell you what, she moves so well in it. Come on, give her a few moves. And since it is Joan of Arc, we promised that we would not burn her at the stake after if she gets it wrong. So.
So just to be clear, this is the original movie armor, right? Yeah, it's not just a replica of any kind, it's the original armor made out of steel, right?
Yeah, it's not the original Joan of Arc one because that was 14 something.
Of course, the original movie armor. So how does it feel to wear such an armor?
It's actually quite comfortable for it being made of aluminium.
Yeah.
It's very comfy. It does move quite a lot, and yeah, it's not that heavy. I thought it was going to be heavier. So.
Do you think you could wear this every day?
After an adjustment period of 2 weeks, yeah, I could, but it would need a lot of more padding.
We dressed her about 4 or 5 hours ago, and we can't get her out of it. So I think that answered your question.
Perfect, sounds great.
I understand she's sleeping in it tonight.
We'll see about that.
I totally would do the same.
Okay, but I can imagine it's pretty warm in there, right?
Not that much, actually. If I don't move or run too much, I don't get hot because it cools me down as I go. It's metal anyway, so yeah, the wind blows right through it. It does. So if it's windy, it gets a bit cold. So if I move, I keep warm. That's nice.
So can you tell us about the process of how you create such an armor?
Yeah, sure. It's basically when I'm working on the film, I will obviously read the script to get a feel of what the film is like and what the balances are. And I'll meet the director and get his feel on where he wants things to go. And you meet the other crew on like the costume designer and see what they're doing with their costumes. And it all becomes like a balancing act, really. You just balance everything out. But the beauty is when you meet the actor, for instance, who shall I pick? Liam Neeson, for instance. He played Gawain in Excalibur, the film Excalibur, and also worked with him on another film, which I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so when you meet the actor, you've already got a design in your head. But when you meet the actor, you watch them move, the way they look, and then you start changing the design to fit that. And it's a building process all the time. And hopefully at the end of the day, like this one, I get it right. It's about creating the magic, you know. But the other thing is, you know, I started off by doing copies of armours for. I worked for the Tower of London and made exact copies for their education centre, and other various dealers and collectors, and I was copying real armour. But all you're doing is copying something that's already perfect, because you could make it better than they did. And you're just copying stuff. And being an artist as well, it enabled, when I got into films, that you can then fantasise, like John Boorman said on Excalibur, the early part of the film, wanted all tusks and things. And you start looking at things like stag beetles and nature, even twigs, and you get ideas from it, you know, for horns and tusks. And it's very much a building process. But then, you know, I much more enjoy the fantasy of building arms for films than I do creating replicas of armours, because then you can use your artistic abilities much more.
Sounds pretty amazing. So you really have a passion for building armors, for designing the original armors for movies, and for, do you only create armors for movies, or the Tower of London you mentioned it?
I get lots of private commissions now as well, especially, I mean, the funny thing is I work on movies like Excalibur and the film Aliens, where I did all the colonial marine armour for the film Aliens, and now I'm getting people that follow those films and I replicate them, because they have reenactment things of aliens, and it's got a massive following, same as Excalibur. So now I'm making copies of those armours, so that I'm earning more money now than I did on the film. Which is crazy, but it's great, you know. But God, I get inundated. I turn most work away. It's crazy. But so I'm officially retired. But,
officially,
yeah,
so people can't buy armors anymore from you?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty sad. But how long did it take you to make this piece in particularly?
The average suit, probably I've done them in a week, 2 weeks, but the record is 24 hours. And I made a suit for Jean Reno, I pronounce that, a French actor, Jean Reno, and did that, so I needed it on set the next day, and that one made in fiberglass. And he hated it, all dug in, it was horrible. And they said, can you make up a suit? And I said, oh, when you're filming this, said tomorrow. And I actually made it in 24 hours with 2 other people helping me. Yeah, that's my record. But generally, how fast can I make a suit of arm? It depends how much they pay me.
Of course. So you mentioned Alien, the movie.
Yeah.
How different is it to create such a science fiction armor in comparison to this, for example?
Yeah, it's interesting to question that, because when you're doing medieval, let's call it medieval armour like this, you know, the old style armour, 15th, 16th century. But when I work on films like Aliens, then you're creating another sort of dimension, if you like. It's more, again, it's sort of fantasy, but it's more realistic, if you know what I mean. It's like you're doing something that's futuristic, kind of. And one of the things I did do was probably the most difficult job I ever did. I made the Mr. Freeze armour for my very good friend Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he was such a lovely chap. And it was quite amazing. It was in a dressing room I was in Hollywood for 6 months on that, making it. And when I got the top half done, we had a test run, and Arnold came in and I put it on him. And all the high dignitaries from Warner Brothers were there, the directors and all, and a big dressing room full of mirrors. And then I just about put it all on him, and I just went in the air and he went, Teddy English, he's the greatest. Got it right.
That's pretty amazing. So how did you get up there to the Hollywood movies, to get those connections to all the directors and movie staff?
It's just been a process of building again, you know. One job leads on to another, and word of mouth, because I've never really advertised myself. I've never really needed to. I think if I did, I'd get so inundated with work, I probably wouldn't be able to handle it. But no, it's just one job leads to another, you know.
I think your armor is the best advertising you can get. It's like, it speaks for itself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice to do. Yeah.
I believe that.
But one thing I must say, for any people that are listening to this, and other people, is that you know, a lot of the things I've done in the film industry, if not all of them, would have been a complete waste of time if it wasn't for our audiences that watch them. You know, so I have to thank them.
Thanks to the audience that's watching right now.
Okay, so I know you answered it already yesterday, but for the people who are watching today, what was the most difficult armor to make?
Probably the Mr. Freeze, I would imagine. But I also made a 25-foot high elephant armour for a museum, and I needed some really big hammers for that. But yeah, I think probably the most difficult one actually was years and years ago when I made an exact copy of the Henry VIII armour in the Tower of London. And it was a double-skinned armour. You couldn't get a knitting needle through it. It was totally protected. I think he was only 18, so he was quite slim at that time. And I made an exact copy of that. The Tower of London said it was impossible to make, and I proved them wrong. And I did an exact copy of it. It was only 5 pounds out in weight when it was finished. And they took the original out of the case when they see the pieces I'd made, because they said it was impossible. I showed them the breastplate I'd made. And they said, oh, wow, you know. And they arranged to take the armour out of the case, because we're talking about crown jewels, it's priceless, billions of pounds. And they laid it all out in the library in the Tower of London. I went along with 2 big bags of the armour I had, laid it all out, and measured it all and photographed it all. And at the end of the day, they said, well, we've got to go, you know, we're closing up. And I said, how much longer did you leave? I said, well, we went about another half hour. So they left one of the beefeater guards with me, a little tiny fella, quite elderly, a bit like I am now, I suppose. And he fell asleep, and I wrapped everything up and tried to wake him, but I didn't want to be too, because I'd give him a heart attack, you know, so I thought, oh, I couldn't wake him up. So I just left, and I'm walking through the Tower of London on dim November evening, all foggy, and there was guards standing there with their big busbies and their rifles. I thought, this is going to be great, because they're going to do the who goes there bit, you know. So I marched along there with my bag, went past them, they're just standing there. Good night.
Didn't make a move, right?
Not so good. And got to the main gate, and I thought, another 2 there, and I thought, oh, they're bound to do it, you know. Nope. You know? And I got on the train, because I went up by train, got on the train with these 2 big bags, and I realised I could have actually swapped the real armour for the ones I had. I think I'd have probably finished up being beheaded at the Tower if I'd have done it, but yeah, that was a challenging armour to make that one. I'd love to know where it is now.
So when people go to the Tower of London, they can see your armor there, right?
Yeah, actually, I've got a suit of armour they bought from me, from the Excalibur film, the Lancelot armour. And that's not actually in the Tower, because they moved a lot of the armours from the Tower of London to the Royal Armouries in Leeds. And that's now, one of my armours now on display at the Royal Armouries, yeah.
Wow.
That's really impressive.
Do we have some questions from the audience, maybe?
The average armour, original armour, is usually averaged about 60 pounds. I don't know what that is in kilo. I'm a bit old-fashioned guy. About 60 pounds in average weight. Must say, the armour, there's a lot of misrepresentations of it, bloody hell. Where people get led to believe that if they fell over, they couldn't get up, they couldn't get into a horse. If they fell off a horse, they just lay there. And they weren't that stupid. They wouldn't have worn it if it was like that. The only times they ever craned them into a horse was jousting armours, which was very much a sport. And they were like half an inch thick. They were huge, and they weighed a ton. And they craned them into the horse, but it was more like a sport, like a joust. But when they fought in armour, it was really quite light, and you could get into a horse and unsaddle quite easily. Yeah, so there's a lot of mistake. The other thing I would say, a lot of people, I'm continuously telling my friends and people that call this chain mail, yeah? Wrong, totally wrong. It was never referred to as chain mail. It was referred to just as mail. It could be a coat of mail, a coif of mail, a hood of mail, or a jacket of mail. And it's just called mail, never chain mail. It was, the interpretation of chain mail came in Victorian times because it looked like chain. They said, oh, it's chain mail. It never ever was. So you learn something every day.
So to put it in kilograms, like 20 to 30 around. I think people really want to see the details of those armors you have there. Maybe you can step to the front and we can just film it from every angle.
These pieces here are very functional, and they sort of hang separate on straps, and they're called besague. And the idea is that if you're raising your arm for a sword fight, it protects the armpit. So that's what they're for. So everything in armour has a function. And it's like the rivets. You see these rivets? They're totally false. They don't do anything. A lot of people think armour is very stiff and very uncomfortable to wear, because they think these are all riveted together like a solid piece, but they're not. This is a false rivet. The real rivet is up here, and that's on the leather strap. So the whole thing concertina's up. So the flexibility and the movement. Sorry, I'm just moving around.
Okay.
You could sing Puppet on a String when I'm doing this. Yeah, and because we've got the breastplate, which is made in 2 pieces. There's flexibility there. These all move. So you create as much movement in it as you possibly can. And that's what I sort of kind of specialised in, and went into the film industry, making bespoke, made-to-measure armour. Yeah.
Can you quickly turn it around, maybe, so we can see the backside? Thank you.
Yeah, again, it will. You know, sometimes I look at things, and you often make things, and I make things, and you just do them. I automatically do them. I don't know where the thing comes from. I don't question it, but I just somehow do it. And I look at them afterwards, and some people say, "Wow, it was great." And I look at it and think, "Yeah, actually, it does," because I haven't really seen it in that light as you do. It may sound weird, but because you're so concentrated on the manufacture of it, you finish up not thinking about what it actually looks like. If that makes sense, I don't know. But it is quite strange. Like when I made the Merlin helmet for Nicole Williamson at Excalibur, and John Borman, the director, they wanted him to shave his head, and he wouldn't do it. He said, "No, I'm not doing it." And we didn't want the pointed hat Merlin thing or anything like that. And they just wondered what to do with it. And I went over to the dressing room, he put the cloak on, and looked at him, and Bob Ringwood, the costume designer, said, "I was thinking about a little silver cap, you know." I thought, well, I'm a bit Jewish. You know. And but he said, "He's given me an idea." I said, "Give me 2 hours." And I went away and I made the Merlin helmet. And it was like I wasn't doing it. I just got this sheet of metal, cut it out and whacked it up. And I thought, bloody hell. Yeah. And then I walked over to the dressing room and they plonked it on his head with the cloak. And they all said, "Wow, that's our Merlin." So sometimes the magic just happens. I don't know how. It's great.
The magic just happens just at Elfia, like Elfia here. Can we expect to see you next time at Elfia too?
If I'm invited, I'd love to. You know, one of the things I love about these events, should we call them, or these fairs, or whatever you call them, because I do a few of them, and it's so lovely to see so many people come along. It's families and children, and they're just having such a great time. They're all dressing up, fantasy. It's all just great, you know. And it's people enjoying themselves. Yeah. And anybody that wants to come along, please do, because you won't be disappointed. They're great.
So, is there anything at Elfia that's very special? Did you have a special moment like yesterday or today? What amazes you the most at Elfia?
Dressing you in armor.
Dressing me in armor. Oh my god, that's the biggest compliment I got today.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
I think it was the look on your face.
No, I really enjoyed it. Really, I still need to convince my girlfriend to get one. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I really want to keep it. So let's step a bit back so the camera can capture us all. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the interview, and I hope you enjoyed the armor, because it fits you really well. Actually, looks amazing on you. It does. It does.
Considering it wasn't made for it.
Of course. Just. Well, yes. So if you want to continue wearing it, you can try to run away from Terry and get it home.
Okay, I will.
I've got a giant can opener somewhere.
And we really hope to see you again next time. Thanks for being here. Okay, our next guests are already waiting. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to come on stage? We don't want to keep you waiting longer. You have waited enough.
Hi.
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 How are you?
Fine.
Do you like the castle here?
Beautiful.
Have you already been inside here?
No, this is the first time. I'm here for several years, but never inside, always outside. That's also lovely.
You've never been inside this castle?
No, it's the first time.
Wow, so
And just right away on live stream, right?
on the live stream, live and in color.
Yeah.
And talking about colors, you are very colorful,
Yes.
especially your glasses. Is there a story behind them?
The reason, the reason behind the glass, I have different kind of glasses. because we have different adventures. These are my special glasses. I can use
wow.
them in the evening.
So it's called in Dutch Tante Ans.
Tante Ans.
Yeah, so it's like Auntie Ans.
Uh-huh.
And my name is Gabs from Spirits of Elfia. And we do a play-along adventure. So it's for children and it's also for parents or young adults who only can sing really
Loud. And it doesn't have to be
in tune.
in tune. Out
So
of
if
tune,
out
singing
of tune is better.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
we just played like on the Gothic stage, just right away, and then we came here for children and everybody. So we played the sea adventure because I don't know if you know, but because in the water here is a mysterious sea, and we live there.
Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah. It's like in the sea there are like different kind of creatures. Yeah. You also, you know, if she has her special glasses, she sees creatures, so you can play along too.
So
Yeah.
do you see a creature here anywhere?
Now I don't see creatures, but I put on my special glasses, and I can see. Wow! I see dolphins. It's a wonderful dolphin. It's a giant whale.
And we see seahorse.
Oh, beautiful seahorses. Yeah.
And
And
there's
what-
like a lot of.
Well, there's such a mess in the ocean. There's
And
such
we
a
want
mess.
in the summer we want to swim, right? So then it has to be clear, and then she has her special boots on,
Of course.
and then I make music, and then with the music and with the beautiful, simple song, we can help her go through the sea, and then everybody's like helping, singing really hard, and it's lovely.
But do you sing too, or the audience only sings?
I sing
Together.
together. I make the songs, and I wrote the book, and I sing the song, and then it's like a play along, and the rhythm. We learn people how to make the rhythm.
So do you think we should sing this song here now?
Yeah, it's if you want to try Dutch.
Well, why not? Could be fun, right?
Okay, let's try.
I don't even can pronounce Haar silence right way. So, but let's try.
Zee, hoor je
En nou
mij?
weer.
Zee, hoor je mij?
Zee, voel je vrij.
Zee, voel je vrij.
Zee, help je mij?
Zee,
Jump, right?
help je mij?
Zee, beweeg mij.
Zee, beweeg mij.
And when everybody is singing, they help Tante Ans to go fast through the sea, to get all the plastic soup, to put it all together in a bag,
So it's
so
like
we
really
can swim.
green, right?
Yeah.
It's a really green adventure. So we help to bring light, bring freedom, bring, also freedom in the sea.
Freedom in the sea, but also the children,
Have
we
a
learn
big
them,
love, yeah.
you only need yourself to help.
Yeah.
So
And if everybody helps a little bit, then, it's more clear in the sea and we can sing and play along. And that's all about what Elfia is, right? To be yourself.
of course,
and to help.
you can be whatever you want,
Yes.
whoever you want.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So
and
young
trust
and
in yourself.
trust in
That's
yourself. Yeah.
that's so important.
So that's the story of Gabs en Tante Ans. And I wrote and think and thought and sing and make the music, and she made the illustrations and Auntie Ans.
But can we take a look at
Yes,
the book?
this is the-
Maybe we can step to the front and then
closer.
just you can show it to the camera.
Yeah,
Can we
you can see it.
Perfect, perfect.
And it's we also made like how do you say it? Help me.
Anyway, say that.
So are the lyrics, and then you see. So we made the music, and you have like on YouTube. We also did the audio visuals and made the music.
So how can people find you on YouTube? Are you called there Gabs and Tante Ans too?
Yeah, it's Gaps and Tante Ans, and it's all on the bol.com. You can buy the book. So if you want to make your meal and you have children, and the children are like bored and they say, "Oh, we want to help," you can help. You can play with us, and your parents make food, and then that's
The
easy.
children are not watching television, not watching.
No, just
on
doing a
playing
good
a
deed.
game. But
Absolutely.
you put on the music from Gaps and Tante Ans. It's a story which is told, and we have a sleep version. It's only
Yeah.
Gaps who's telling the story.
It's like
but
the
we
sleep party,
also
a
have the
sleepover.
story when Gaps tells her part of the story. I tell my part of the story. Then we take the children on an adventure, and they also can make music at home with very, very simple instruments.
Yeah, and everybody, if you have like this, the shaking.
A little shaker.
Yeah, or you have 2 sticks or 2 pots and pans.
Or-
it's like tick-a-tick, tick-a-tick. So, and all the rhythms are like school educational. So it's, because we learned that, and she's like a teacher underneath all this. So that's why it's like educational and it's fun. So that's all about.
Educationally. I even believe for foreign children it's a good way to learn Dutch, right?
Yeah, very good.
Also.
We have to make an
That's
English
that's-
version, right?
Of course, of course.
Okay,
Or a
but
German version as well.
Yeah. I have to do that.
how did it all start? How did you come up with this idea for the book?
When my child Madelief was really young and she wants to do some surfs, I was like sitting there, being like by the water, and then it's like, I have to make up a story about that, and then I wrote all the stories, and I was like sitting there, seeing her in the waves, trying, being, playful and fun, and then I wrote all the stories. So that's how it all began.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So it's not only education, it's a symbol for the environment, for a better future as well.
Yes.
And you're very passionate about it.
Yes.
So can you tell us a bit about your costumes maybe? Because you look very colorful and
Yeah.
it kind of catches the eye.
Thank you. For me, purple is like what other people have with white or black. For me, I feel like home. I feel safe. I even have purple hair in normal life also. And I have like beautiful purple nails. I feel like really happy.
You're just like my girlfriend.
Yes?
Purple hair.
Really? Yeah, so you know the vibe, right?
I know it.
Yeah, and it's like homecoming. So when my first was born, like years ago, because now he's like in his 20s, I was like, I'm also, female. And then I dyed my hair purple. And after that, everything was purple. And then, Gaps. I made healing sounds. I also make magical healing sounds with happy and beautiful special instruments. And so it all started. And I'm also coordinator on Spirits of Elfia. So everybody can be there and be themselves. And, if Elfia is overwhelming, you can be there for a little bit of rest and beautiful harp sounds of Katinka or, whatever you want to do with spiritual energy. It's all there. So that's beautiful of Elfia that they made now a little village, the Spirits of Elfia, and they asked me to coordinate it. And
That's awesome. So
yeah, this is
everybody
how-
should check it out.
Yes, you can check it out. So
So-
at 3:15, we have a beautiful drum circle. So come, get around, be playful, be wild. It's lovely.
Or when you're at home, at
Yeah, take your drum.
3:15, take your drum, and in spirit we will drum together.
Yeah, because we connect with the ground, we connect with Mother Earth, and we connect with the spirits. So, be connected with Elfia, and it will be wonderful.
We're connected with everyone here.
So,
Awesome. So 3:15 you said, right?
3:15,
Okay.
yes.
Everyone go check them out in their village and
Yes.
thanks for being here. You're
Yeah.
very great persons.
Thank you.
Thank you. For
Awesome to
having
talk
us
to
here.
you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Have a nice day, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
So I can already see our next guest is waiting for us and we don't want to wait him any longer. So I would like to introduce you the Marshal of the Diplomatic Affairs again. He was here yesterday. Raleigh Rotherham, please. come on the red carpet. It's specifically there for you.
Doesn't show up the blood stain.
Perfect,
Hello,
right?
Max.
Hi, nice to meet you again.
It's nice to see you again. How are you?
I just wanted to ask you the same question, actually. So I guess we're both fine, right?
Yes, fine. Tired,
Tired.
but definitely fine.
So you have been busy today, right?
Yes, I've got one more talk to do in an hour's time, and I've given a talk this morning, and then at lunchtime, of course, it was the coronation of the new monarch. I crowned the new king, and then we've just done the costume parade as well.
So the new king is already crowned.
Yes, yes, indeed. King Roel, and he is a Norse warrior king. He also has the most wonderful horses, but I'm sure he'll do well. He had a bodyguard with him of about 20 warriors. Made a wonderful exhibition as they marched onto the stage, beating drums and making an enormous racket, of course.
So I hope there's a video of it somewhere because I really want to see it.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. A magnificent entourage. And of course his armor is absolutely splendid. He's really gone that extra bit to make it very special indeed. And of course he is the new head on the coins, the Elfa.
Do you have one of those coins with you? Can we see one maybe?
Do you know, I'd love to show you one, but I haven't got one with me.
You haven't got one. Oh,
No.
that's a shame.
There are three. My head was on the first one. Then Aurelia, the ruby court, was on the second one. Now Royal is on the third one.
So you were the face of the first
That's right.
coin.
Yes.
I think my co-host and girlfriend doesn't know it, but he
No.
was the monarch. Can I say monarch?
Emperor.
Yes.
the
We don't
emperor.
talk about this.
I've seen it in the Heroes Hall, so I know a little bit, but not that much.
It's great fun. Great fun. That's the most important thing. So now I know what you are. You're a Kokiri elf, aren't you?
I am.
Ah, you see, I've been looking at things last night to make sure I knew a little bit more than when I started.
We can say she's my dark side.
Yeah, I'm like his shadow.
Oh, there
She's
you
my
are.
shadow. So I hope we can see King Roel later on here in the stream. I'm not sure, he's pretty busy, right?
Oh, of
With all
course. I
those
mean, this is
diplomatic affairs.
it's his first day.
Yeah.
So you know he's had his défilade, and he's doing various appearances throughout the day. But I know that they will be travelling back this evening because they do have a farm with many horses on that they've got to get back to look after.
Of course.
But I think he's going to make a magnificent monarch, to be honest with you. Absolutely magnificent monarch. But you said you didn't ride yourself.
I tried. It was on a vacation in Italy once, but I didn't train it. So
It didn't appeal to you.
I didn't have time for it actually. So there's so many things you can do and should try, and you can't do everything.
I can't think of a life without horses. I've had horses and dogs. I absolutely adore them. Yeah. So what have you been doing apart from this at Elfia?
Actually, not much.
Oh,
we are exploring everything Elfia has to offer here. There's so much you can't really pack it in one day. Like you can't see everything. You have all those villages. You have the Pirate Bay. You have the post-apocalypse. What's your most favorite village here in Elfia?
Well, I don't get a chance to see all of them because I have to spend a lot of time in the castle chapel, which is my lecture hall here. And then when I'm not doing that, I tend to be with the diplomatic corps or at the front here doing the costume parade. But I do like to go around and see if you've seen the warriors, the Norse warriors, they're very good. The Japanese samurai are absolutely splendid.
Danny Samurai.
Yeah, and I do like the steampunk people as well. I love the way they sort of mix science fiction and sort of Victorian Edwardian pieces. It's really absolutely superb. So, but no, I like you. I tend to be pretty busy because we've got a new thing now with the diplomatic corps that if you live in one of the countries that we cover with our ambassadors, so that goes obviously Spain, United Kingdom, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Slovenia, and Australia now. If you have a baby, you can register the baby's birth, and you will get a birth certificate from Elfia, from your ambassador. The baby's weight, its name, the parents' names, and it will be stamped by your embassy and sent to you. And if you decide to get married, you can also get a wedding certificate from your country's embassy. And this is something that we do because we like to do it. We love our Elfians.
I'll try to keep this in mind for my girlfriend. So
There you are. Well,
maybe-
you're having a baby.
No.
not yet, not yet.
Oh, not yet. He's got high hopes, isn't he?
Well, as you're very busy, and our next guest is already waiting, I would say we continue our work. And where can we see you later on? Are you
I'm
in the
going to be
chapel
in
or
the chapel at
in the
4:30,
chapel? Right.
And I'm giving a lecture on the great Arthurian time slip. And that's looking at the places associated with King Arthur, because if he went to all the places and did what he was supposed to do, when he died, he'd have been about 270. So we're actually looking at the reality.
Sounds super exciting, actually.
It
So,
rather is. And that'll be over by about 5:20.
so people should definitely gonna check it out.
Yes.
So thank you,
If-
Rolly.
If any Elfians are watching and they don't come to the talk, let me remind them all that we know where most of you live. Thank you, Max. It's been lovely seeing you again.
It's been great to see you,
Bless
and
you.
have a great
Lovely
day.
meeting you.
It was a
Gnädige
pleasure
Frau.
to meet you.
Okay. And Viva Elfia.
Viva Elfia. See you
Elfia.
next time. Okay, so I'd like to introduce our next guest right now. Please come over to the stage. Hello there. So,
Hello there.
who is
Yes.
this and who are you?
This is Kaon Kun, and he is our mascot. Because Kaon is our group name. We play drums, Japanese drums, called Taiko. And Kaon stands for fire and music. So fiery music. So that's why we decided we wanted a fierce fireball to help us with our music. And I brought a drum as well, so people can have a picture of what the drum looks like. And then typically Japan's drum always has two sides to play. So they can choose, or they can carry it sideways and play both sides. And yeah, the sticks that we use are quite different than the Western ones. They're quite large. And it's necessary because you need them to create a good sound out of these large drums.
They have been used a lot, right? You can see all those,
Yes.
all those little bumps in there.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
sure if you
scars.
can show it in the camera, because that's the first thing that I spotted there. You can see all those little bumps in there in the wood.
Yeah, yeah, we break a lot. So the wood is not stronger than the drum, and that's fortunate because they're a lot cheaper. So yeah, and the beautiful thing about this type of drumming, in my opinion, is that in the Western drumming you have more drums with one drummer, and of course in the Japanese music you also have more drums with one drummer, but mostly it's one drum per person. So you're more dependent on each other to make a song or make the music. So you really have to connect and feel the energy and play. So that's one of the strengths, I think, of this instrument.
So
Why did you choose this passion? So how did you come up with it?
That's a good question. I heard a song with Bluff and Kodo. Kodo is one of the big groups from Japan that also perform in the Netherlands once in a while. And another group called Yamato also performs in Holland every 2 years. And I saw them on a YouTube video or DVD, and then I noticed that they were performing in Holland. So I went to a live show, and then I was sold, because the difference between seeing that kind of music and feeling it in a theater makes all the difference. I'm getting goosebumps right now. So that's the power of this music. When you feel the music, that's another level.
and you really have a passion for it, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can you tell us about your little friend here?
Yeah. He's been with us since the beginning, and he helps us translate the music to the people, and especially the kids. breaks the boundary between the adults and the kids. So yeah.
So have you crafted him by yourself, or?
Unfortunately, no. That's not my talent. My talent is the music. Now we had a
music,
friend that has that makes every kind of costume or stuffed animal. So yeah.
So when talking about your music, do you think you can give us a small preview of your talent?
I think I can try. I shall try.
I think
the noise down.
the sound should be pretty amazing in this giant hall here.
Yeah, the
Just like a
acoustics should
concert
be,
hall.
Yeah.
Okay,
I shall try to think something up.
Okay, that's
Can
very impressive, and you can feel the vibration on the floor.
Did
so
you hear the echoes?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
echoes
that's
were
amazing, it's amazing.
amazing.
I really have to temper myself to restrain more sound because of this room and the microphones.
Of course.
But otherwise, if I can get loose, I can play more freely, and then it sounds better. But I think in this acoustics, it will kill the microphone. So I'm not going to do that.
So have you already performed on stage today?
Yeah. We played a demo around 12 and 2, and right after that we gave 2 workshops. So people could also experience what it feels like to play this kind of drums.
So people can try out your drums, right?
Yeah, for now the last demo and workshop is scheduled at 5, but we have to wish that the weather stays this way, because this is an outdoor drum, so it's weatherproof. But I don't think people are going to stand outside in the pouring rain playing, maybe. But the other drums have animal skins, so they are stretched when they're made wet. And when they dry up, they get tight. So if they get wet again by the rain, the tightness of the skin is gone, so you can't play them anymore. So it's crucial to keep the drum alive, to keep them dry.
Okay, can people also do a workshop outside of Elfia?
Yes, they can. Yes, we have schools in Amsterdam at the Q Factory. Yamato has a school there. They made a school in Holland. And they also have a school in Utrecht and Den Haag. You can visit them on the website www.yts.nl. A colleague of mine from our group has Fit and Drum in Amsterdam. I myself give the Ido drum workouts, with, which I gave the demos here, and those are in Montfort. And the website is idodrumworkouts.nl. And we have musical lessons for people who are more experienced with music at the same location in Montfort, but that's a different name, that's House of Circles. And their best performing semi-pro group, Circle Ensemble, is performing live at 4 o'clock on the main stage today. So if people still want to experience something, go to the main stage at 4 o'clock.
Check him out on the stage. So you know what I always wonder when I see this? How much does it weigh? Is it heavy?
This one is pretty heavy because it's made of a sewage tube, sawed in half, and a Kevlar skin to make it weatherproof. But the original drums are made of solid wood. So if you can imagine a tree standing like this, the tree is cut in half and then made whole, and the skins are put on cow skins. But you have to imagine that a drum of this size, the tree has to be like a few hundred years old. So they're very expensive to make because it takes a lot of time for the wood to grow in that size.
So
And you have drums that are even larger.
how expensive exactly?
Yeah, I think a drum this size of pure wood would cost you around 5,000 euros, I think so.
Wow, that's pretty hefty per sec.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is a lot cheaper and weatherproof.
Okay, so you told us 4 p.m.
Yes.
People, please check him out on the main stage. He's amazing, and the music sounds amazing as well. when you can hear it live. I don't know how the sound is at home in your speaker, but in this hall here, it's pretty awesome.
Maybe you can use headphones. It
Use
gives
headphones,
a little
of
bit
course.
more feeling with the sound.
Surround sound. Okay,
Thank you all for watching.
thanks for being here today,
Thank you
and
as well.
I hope you enjoy Elfia.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it right now. See you later.
See you later, guys. Okay, so without further small talk here, let's introduce our next guest. He's already coming on the red carpet.
Hello.
Hello,
And nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Let me, thank you. You are an ambassador, right?
No, I'm
No?
one of the judges of the costume parade.
Oh, I thought because of the badge here that
And
you
I'm-
have some
no, that's
royal history, but
I do. I also am former king of Elfia. I was King Midas about 11, 12 years ago. So
Wow.
that's quite a long time ago.
so you are in fact a monarch.
Yes, I'm also a knight of Elfia. Since
Knight and
last
monarch.
year, yes.
How did you get a knight?
Because my period as king was longer than 10 years ago, and then you get knighted by Professor Rowley. So that was an honor.
So is there any like requirement to become a knight other than?
Oh no, that's the only requirement.
Oh, okay.
And
So
you must want it, of course.
of course. So can you tell us a bit about Elfia and what it means for you?
Well, Elfia I'm going to Elfia a very long time. I first came for the workshops when there wasn't a lot of people coming in costumes. There was a lot of workshops for drawing and sculpting, and I loved that. And then I was a member of an archery club, and someone at the archery club says, "Oh, you must love this. We're coming to a fantasy festival, and I bet you like it." I said, "Well, we'll try it." I said, "But you need to get in costume." And I already loved historical costumes. I was making custom-made historical costumes for mostly American market, the reenactments there of the Civil War. So, but it was a very short time, so I thought, well, I need a costume that is not too hard to make, but makes an entrance. So I made a monk outfit, but original from the Middle Ages. And that was the very first costume I made for Elfia. And since that time, I only missed the Corona years, and all the other ones I was here, or as king, or as visitor, or as judge. It's the last years as judge, and I really love that.
So when talking about cosplays and costumes, did you create this outfit by yourself too?
Yes. And usually, all the things I wear, I make myself. I was quite a bit lazy today. So, the tie is hand bought, so I didn't make that one. But the rest is all made. But I'm a tailor, so that's my it used to be my work.
That's awesome. So Selina is our specialist here for costumes
I'm a
and
seamstress.
sewing.
So I think it looks awesome.
Thank you.
I know how difficult it is to make a coat, so this is quite impressive.
This is
And it's with velvet, right?
yeah, it's velvet with velvet in the I don't know it in English. And on the sleeves, and of course the pockets and the buttons. And this coat I made a very long time ago when I finished my school. I went to school for fashion and design, and I did pattern drawing there. And this was one of the pieces for my exam. And back then I was a little bit thinner, and I couldn't wear it. It was for someone else, but he didn't want it. And in the years I grew into it. And I love pattern making, I love designing. What I don't like is your job, sewing.
I learned the pattern and designing as well because I learned textile and fashion sewer. So I learned it a bit as well. And I have to say I like the designing part a lot more than the sewing, because if the seam breaks during the sewing process or something, it's infuriating.
Yes, especially when it's showing, then you have to take it all out and start
Yeah.
over. That's my favorite least job. You learn to love ripping seams.
Yeah.
So you know what I really like about your outfit in particular right now is that the coat, you can wear it as an everyday wear, right? So it's
Well,
not something too fancy.
It's a bit too formal for my everyday wear, but you're quite right.
So when going out for dinner maybe, it
Yes.
would fit perfectly.
I have been to quite nice parties that has formal dress, and I wore it to those parties. And of course, then I take all the bits off, but and I wear something else underneath. But it's wearable. This one is wearable in daily life as well, but only in special occasions.
Okay, can we maybe show the pins close on the
Maybe
camera
let's
because
start
they're
from-
This is just the pins that
they're
you get here
adorable.
for, you can get them at the shop here, because those are the pins of Elfia themselves. So this
can
one
we
is the
So-
last
a
one.
bit closer.
Yep.
Yes.
Because people online can't go to the merch shop, unfortunately, so
Yes.
they can only see them here on the stream.
Now this one is one of this year, and I get them as thanks for being a judge. It's they used to have a bottle of meat, but I don't drink, so they give me a pin instead, and I love it.
Okay,
That's
they're
awesome.
very pretty.
Can we talk about your hat for a second?
Okay.
Yeah, it's, it's
Good.
awesome.
You want to know? It's all my hair?
Is it?
No, it's.
It's not. Oh my god.
This
Yeah,
is what
I thought so already.
this is my.
I
hair
wasn't
in my
sure.
This is my hair in daily life. I wear it like this every day, and because everybody knows me because of my hairstyle, I change colors like every couple of months. I thought, and one day I went to, I think it was Elfia and Arcen, and I had a hat on that covered my hair. And even my best friends walked past me and they didn't recognize me. So I thought that had to change. And
You built this by yourself, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I got a 1920s bowler, and this is also a 1920s styled coat. So I thought, and I like, I don't like steampunk, but I like to lean against that. And so this is my steampunk part of it, and it's just
It
fits
fits you
perfectly.
really
Yes.
well.
I love it. The size is great, and you don't even notice when you're wearing it, except when it starts to rain.
Honestly, I wasn't sure if it's your real hair or not because
No,
it's like pretty convincing actually.
yeah, I know it's the most asked question. Is that your real hair or is that part of your head? Even just now, 10 minutes ago, before I came in, someone asked me, "Is that your head or is that your hair?" So it's my head.
That's amazing. What about coloring your beard the same way?
No. No, it's I have this longer than I have my beard. And I'm a little bit crazy, but not totally crazy, because your beard hair is changing a lot rapidly than your hair on your head. So you need to color a lot more. And I don't know. I like it this way. It's quirky, and that's me.
It fits you well, so
Yeah, I like it.
you have a great style.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. That's my everyday wear, yeah.
I thought so.
Totally.
All right, so thank you a lot for being here and taking your time. It
Oh,
was
you're
amazing to
welcome.
meet you.
Amazing to be here.
I hope you will have a great day at Elfia today.
I will. I haven't seen a lot yet because it was pretty late today, so I'm gonna walk around and see friends and talk to people.
Look around, I hope the weather's still fine.
It's to my amazement, it's still not raining, so I'm very happy. about
Very
that.
lucky today.
Yes, a lot better than yesterday.
Thank you so much for being here.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye
Bye bye.
I love the pins.
I love,
want
I love
one.
the hairstyle and the hat. It's
I
amazing.
need a pin.
I need this hat.
I need the pin. Okay.
All right. Would you like
So-
to introduce our next
Yes,
guest?
of course, because you took it all the time. So
Go for it.
our next guest, please come on in. And I have to say already, it looks amazing.
Looks amazing.
Thank you
So,
very much.
who are you?
I'm the nine-tailed fox. So I'm from mythology. It's a bit Chinese, a bit of Korean, a bit of Japanese. So it's a mix. And I just decided to do this character because I thought the tails were really cool. So that's why.
It does look really cool. Did you make it yourself?
Yeah, I made this myself. This is from a bed cover that I thought was really fancy. And the tails are made of aluminum with some plastic around it to make sure the tails hold their shape and then fur around it. And everything is held together with a lot of straps. And it's like an internal harness.
Now, is it hard to move with this tail?
It's not hard to move, but it is heavy.
It is. How heavy about?
I have not measured it, but especially there's a strap here
Yeah.
that holds most of the weight. And when you walk around, you can feel that it pulls on top of your shoulders. So when I'm home, I will have pretty short shoulders, but it's okay. It's perfect.
It looks pretty amazing. Like, can we see it from a different angle, maybe for the camera, so we can step a bit closer, maybe?
Up close.
And yeah, with the umbrella, of course. If it starts to rain inside here, can be. That's a very cool tail.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to make the whole costume?
Well, I'm not a very good seamstress, so this one took a lot of bloodshedding and a lot of months to make it actually, even though it's very simple. And the tails was also a working process. I made some tails, and then they sort of fell apart, so I had to reconstruct it again. And I first used like a backpack harness, but that couldn't hold the weight, so I had to reconstruct it again. So I think I built and rebuilt it about 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
And it took me about, I think, half a year.
It was definitely worth it, right?
It
Yeah.
was definitely worth it, yes.
So what is your role here at Elfia? Are you a contest participator?
No,
Or
I just
are you-
participated in a costume contest,
Yeah.
but I'm just here to walk around and have fun.
I see, I see. Do you have fun?
I'm having fun. It just started raining, I think.
Oh,
But
no.
before that, the weather was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I made sure this umbrella was actually waterproof, so it was a very good choice with the costume.
That's amazing. So what was your most amazing moment today? Was there anything that you really liked about Elfia? A specific show or a specific shop?
Well, I saw the drumming show with the guy that you
Yeah.
had earlier. I think it was really spectacular. It was a lot of music, a lot of fun. People were hyped. It was very fun to see. And everybody's just very beautifully dressed.
That's true, everyone here. I always feel so boring in my outfit here when I see all those impressing creations here. It's pretty outstanding, right?
Yeah, it's like a lot of poofy ball gowns, a lot of bling bling, gold, silver, a lot of jewels, and you kind of feel underdressed if you don't have all of that dangly bits and big poofy skirts, and yeah, you just feel a bit boring when you don't wear that.
You know
I
what?
understand,
Maybe I need a tail like this.
Maybe.
Now I understand what you mean. You see people that have worked for years on their costume, and their costumes are more bigger, more amazing, more have better details. So you cannot always compare yourself to those people. I think if you did your best, you think you look good, and you just have fun, it's okay.
Yeah, I've seen someone yesterday with a really big, long red whale, and I was so impressed because I thought like, okay, I don't want to know how she's gonna wash that because of all the mud, but I don't also want to know how much work went into this dress. So a lot of the dresses I see outside are like really big ball gowns. I don't know if they're bought or if they made them themselves, but if they made them themselves, it's very, very impressive because
It
they
is.
are all so fancy with lace and jewels and a lot of everything.
But you know, it's an important point because no matter how much work you put into it, there's always someone who's better, who did a better job. But the most important thing is you have fun, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
certainly the most important part.
So no matter how simple your cosplay is, no matter if it's bought, just have fun with it. It's the most important thing. So what is Elfia for you personally as an event? What place does it have in your heart?
It's just a way to express yourself. So you can get your creative spirit out and just make what you want. Nobody will judge you. Everybody's friendly here. And you can just have fun, like you said.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Well, many people tell us actually the same answer. So it's about connecting with people, being yourself.
Yeah, everyone has the
Being-
same expression of the Elfia, so everyone really enjoys it and thinks it's like one of the most friendly conventions there is in Europe. But I have one more question for you. Is this your very first costume, or did you make others beforehand?
I made a Harley Quinn costume before, which was very good, but also just meant for warm weather. And with this costume you can adapt a lot. But this is the first big build that I did with the tails and the construction. So it was something new to try out, and I think it worked out pretty well.
So you think it's also the most difficult you did till now?
Yeah, it certainly is.
So we really hope to see you next time in this new outfit at Elfia. Hopefully you'll be there. And well, thank you a lot for being here, being in this interview. And I hope you will have a great day, even though it's raining outside.
We'll use the umbrella.
You have the umbrella. You are lucky.
But thank you very much and have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Be careful with the tail.
I love that cosplay. It's
I
amazing.
love that cosplay too. It's super cool.
Okay, we have our next guest already here. Hi.
Hi, hello. How
Who
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Are
So-
you enjoying yourself standing here?
Yeah, a bit.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
Good. Nice.
So who are you and what are you doing here?
Do you mean like me or my character?
Both.
yeah,
Both,
both
okay.
actually.
Nice. Okay. Well, hi. I'm Annika, and today I'm cosplaying Jester from Critical Role, the second campaign. And what I'm doing here is just having a lot of fun. I just did the contest as well. It was great. It was very nice, and yeah, just having fun at Elfia.
So what did you do at the contest?
I showed off my costume and I did a little act, and apparently it was very good because I just won best cosplay. So
That's amazing. So you had a lot of fun, right?
yeah, I had a lot of fun.
That's super cool. Let's talk about your outfit for a second because, well, it's handmade, right?
Yeah, it's completely handmade except for the gloves and my panty.
That's super cool. The paint on your face and your body, did you cover your whole body with this paint or?
No, up till here.
It already goes off, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just did it to there, and then to here, I think, somewhere like.
Is it like a body paint or face paint?
It's face paint, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
it's
Okay, then let's hope it doesn't stain.
it stains a lot.
It stains a lot. Oh no.
I'm already seeing like blue streaks everywhere.
Oh no.
It's really bad. I hope it washes off.
Hopefully of
Probably.
your skin too.
Yeah, I think that will be fine.
Hopefully.
Or we will stay blue forever.
Yeah, like a
will be
blueberry.
fun going to work tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Well, you can just keep wearing your cosplay. I don't see any issue with this.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
So how long did it take you to make this whole costume? Because I see a lot of little stones there.
Yeah, the little stones were not the most work. It's just a little trim I bought. But the embroidery over here, and I also have embroidery over here. That took a lot of work. It's machine embroidery, but I think
Maybe-
it took like a.
Maybe we can
Yeah,
show that to
sure.
the camera and come a little bit closer here. Because all those details, we need to see them in 4K. Probably we don't stream in 4K, but still.
So that took like there was 15 to 20 hours of machine embroidery and cutting and all, and then the coat took probably also something like that, and then two layers of dresses as well. So there's I don't think I want to count how many hours are in the costume.
Yeah, just ask you guys.
Okay. Then is this the most difficult cosplay you did, or did you make a difficult one before?
No, I think this is the most difficult one I made up to now. Yeah, definitely. Just because all the layers and stuff, it was a lot.
Is it also your favorite costume, or what's your favorite?
Oh, that's a good question. I have a lot of very cool costumes, but I think this might be my favorite just because all of the details, and I just love it so much, and the colors are great, and the only thing I don't like is the blue face paint.
Yeah, I think for most of the people, or for most of the cosplayers as well, the most difficult cosplay or costume is their favorite, because they put so much time and effort into it that they just think, okay, it has to be my favorite.
Yeah, it's what you're most proud of. That's
Yeah.
just natural.
Because if you wouldn't think it's your favorite, you wouldn't have put so much time into
Yeah.
it.
Definitely, yeah.
Could you maybe turn around for the camera so we can see you from every angle?
My little tail.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh,
The
that's
small
cute.
X here. Could you maybe show us the small X here, because I like that. I really like that. Is that how is it made?
This was also store bought. I'm sorry, I lied.
Oh, okay.
This was also store bought. I didn't actually have time to make
Okay.
the foam axe.
So we don't talk about this.
we don't talk. We didn't see it. What were you talking about?
What eggs?
I'm not sure. It's a nice castle, right? I just bought it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
You bought it?
Yeah, sure.
great, yeah.
$10 at eBay.
Oh, great.
Yeah, great value. So your horns are not part of your own body, right? So they are.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's not part of the costume. Yeah,
No, this is just
Yeah.
no. It's
just like the elf ears.
they can come off.
Oh, they're magnetic.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's very cool. That's very cool.
Very nice. Yeah.
So yeah, thanks a lot for being here. You have
Yeah,
a
well,
pretty
thank you
great
too.
costume, and good luck at the contest. I'm not sure if they already decided the winners.
Yeah.
She
They
just
did.
said she won.
Well, I just completely. Oh my God! Congratulations again. I'm so. We cut that out, okay? Please,
No one
please.
saw that.
No.
The castle is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, all the paintings.
All right. So thanks a lot for being
yeah,
here.
Thank you too.
It's an honor to meet the winner of the contest.
Yeah. That you totally knew.
Yeah, you
Of course,
definitely
of
knew.
course.
Of course.
Well, have
So
a great day.
Have a great day
You
at
too.
Alfia and enjoy every second of it. So I'm not sure why you are laughing.
No reason.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's check out who our next guest is gonna be.
Do we have a next guest? No.
No next guests?
Up until now. Okay.
Wow. So
Then let's review some of the guests we had until now till our new guests arrive.
I'm still so hyped for Royal, for the new king.
Me too.
I hope he
me
will
too.
come. I'm not
I
su-
hope so too, because
I mean, sure, he's very busy. You know, as a
He
new king, you
is-
have so many.
Yeah, and I
so many
think
things to
a
take
lot of
care
people want to take a photo with him, and
Me too.
yeah, I know, but it could be that he's too busy.
Maybe
It could be.
could be.
But
What was your favorite cosplay today?
oh, my favorite.
Oh, is he?
Okay, have a
Oh,
new
okay,
favorite.
something
I
something is
think.
happening right now. Something big
Hi.
is happening. We have
Please,
royal guests. I see.
hello.
Please step on the red carpet. Hello there.
Okay, that's
How are you
very
doing?
golden.
Very good. I don't speak English.
You do, okay. Okay.
Deutsch.
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 Wir können gerne Deutsch sprechen.
Keine
But
Deutsch.
but the audience is in mostly in English, I think. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
wir sollten auf Englisch reden.
Yes, okay.
So where are you from?
We come from Deventer,
Holland.
here Holland, Deventer. Yes.
Okay, and which kind of show do you present the audiences?
You mean this? What I have?
Your costumes, your outfits.
Yeah, yes,
What
yes.
are they inspired
It's
by?
a little bit Indiaans. Indiaans. And, ja, wat zal ik zeggen? Dat,
He's
Really,
an
and so-
Indian prince.
an
king,
Indian prince.
like that.
but like een tovenaar.
Yeah, it's
Magic.
a wizard.
A wizard.
Kind of an Indian wizard.
An Indian wizard.
Indian.
All right.
I think
that's,
it's better to.
Yes.
That's a perfect
Something
description.
like a genie.
A genie.
Yeah, like a genie,
That's yeah,
yes.
the term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what about you? You look very royal.
Yes, I try to be a middle-aged a lady with a little bit money, what shall I say? But it's a original design from different styles from 1600. So it's not like 60, 30 or 20, but it's a mix of different styles. And why? Because I like so much. I like to combine those things together, but stay in that costume.
In that
in
era,
in
in
that
that time
timeline.
period, yeah,
I
right.
had on school, I had lessons, and they told us about the costumes in that age, and I always thought, oh, wow, I like that very much, but I like so many things. But this is what it's.
So you like so
the
many
outcome.
things that you combine everything in
Yes.
one creation. And
Yeah, I try to, but always in one style. Each time I create something else, and I do it with so much passion because I like it so much. So the first time that I went here, it was 2014. I came here and I said, "This is my world. This is how I want to be, and I can do everything about it."
that's
And,
amazing. So,
yeah.
are you a visitor here, or did you participate in the cosplay contest?
Once in 2018 I did, and I win the title of a best promise.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I was so happy about it, and I said, okay, I do it one time, but after that not, because there are so many people who want to show their. But for me, it was the prize of all, because I'm not always sure about what I do. I see a lot and I try, but I don't know if it's going to be that kind. So it was for me, it's a big prize.
Well, it's definitely a wonderful masterpiece what you created here.
Yeah, and it looks amazing. So how long did it take you to make the dress?
Many people asked me before, and I counted a little bit, but if I work every day, 8 hours, I will think 6 weeks. I made the dress in the COVID time, because COVID was coming, and we wanted to go here to Haar, because I think this dress suits Haar the best.
It fits perfectly in the castle.
Yeah.
You could be the Duchess.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like that. And but yeah, COVID came, and it was out, and this is the first time that we were here. Yes.
So, thanks a lot for being here, guys. You look pretty amazing. Awesome costumes, awesome art and design.
Okay.
So we hope you enjoy your day at Elfia today, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
I hope you have an umbrella. It's raining outside.
I know. Okay, bye.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, I have a new favorite.
Can you feel it? There is like a royal kind of smell
Yeah.
in the air.
It's just
aura.
amazing. And I don't want to know how long it took to sew all those little pearls onto the corset.
Definitely.
That was amazing. I think that's my new favorite I've seen so far on the convention.
Definitely. Would suit you well as well.
I don't know, because it's a lot of
So-
white, so it's a cream.
I think it's
white,
time. I
but-
think it's time. We have to bend the knee. We have to bend the knee.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
to bow down. The king
have-
has arrived.
The king has arrived. Oh, sorry. The microphone. His Royal Highness is already here. Just please stay on the red carpet. This is just for you.
We're a little bit on the side. We have to come a bit
Yes.
over here.
So the camera can see His Majesty. Wow. Congratulations. You are the new King of Elfia. You are the ruler of this castle, of this whole kingdom. And we have to bend the knee. It's just, we have to do this.
Please rise.
Thank you, my king. How does it feel to be crowned?
Shall I hold? To be honest, it's a great honor. It's a great honor. I love Elfia, and the atmosphere is great, and it's a great honor to be king of the Kingdom of Elfia, of course, yes.
So, what are your responsibilities as a new king?
For me, it's important to keep the land safe, of course. That's why I always travel with my warriors. And for me, it's important that everybody has a nice experience. And if I can do anything to help make that more pleasant, then I will certainly want to work for that.
So it really is an honor to talk to you, to the new king of Elfia. And I think the audience, I'm not sure if they have any questions already to the new king of Elfia. Not yet, but questions will definitely come in.
But I have to say, the outfit looks really amazing. Can we get a close-up of it?
Yes.
Because it's so cool. It's
Please,
so
if you would
detailed.
Come a step closer.
And the armor
Thank
looks
you a lot.
amazing as well, with all the little details.
Yes, of course, it should be an armor worthy of a king.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, and it is,
And
definitely.
I wore some nice red and some yellow in the colors of Elfia.
To fit
Yeah.
the theme.
and your crown fits you really well
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Made
it looks
by the
amazing. It
matching
looks
leather
amazing.
costume, yes.
Yeah. So the costume, did you create it by yourself?
No.
No.
I did a lot of my costumes, but this one I didn't do myself. It's custom made for me. But I thought this is something was just a little bit above my capabilities, so I had this armor made especially for these occasions.
And of course, as a king, you have people who do your work.
Of course, a king doesn't make his own costumes.
Of course, of course.
Okay, but you said you did make costumes before.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
What was the most difficult one?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think one of my first leather armors was the most difficult because it was the first one I ever made. So it's a lot of fitting and trying out, but it turned out quite well because, to be honest, you're making something unique. It was something based on my own fantasy and inspiration. So it's fun to do, but it was hard. The first one is always the hardest, I guess.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with leather, it's a difficult material. So, what is your most favorite costume? This one?
The one I'm wearing, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
It's the most, I love details, of course, and this has details like literally everywhere. Even the small belts, have small scratches and markings. Like it's not new. It looks like it's already a bit of wear and tear. So, yeah, I really love the details, yeah.
And it really fits you well, I have to
Yeah,
admit that.
it looks amazing.
Thank you.
It's very authentic, like a real Viking.
So, can you tell us quickly how the coronation ceremony did go? Because we and the audience couldn't view it, unfortunately.
Well, the coronation ceremony, first I pledged allegiance to Elfia on the book. I was knighted by Aroli, and then of course a small celebration. And the audience was really nice, and everybody was so enthusiastic. So yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, definitely.
So I hope it was recorded because I definitely want to watch it later on.
It was somebody of me certainly recorded it, so it's we got it on tape. We can watch it back.
So how can people find you on the internet? Because I've heard you are like a Viking influencer.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call it that, but basically, I guess I kind of am. My Instagram is The Warrior King, and also my website is thewarriorking.nl, so people can find me there. So.
Yeah, I've seen your Instagram, and I have to say it looks quite amazing with all the different photo shootings, and the pictures are just incredible.
Yeah, well, I always, I'm a horseman. You've probably seen that.
Actually, that was my next question because Rolly told us about it.
Yeah, he's also, he's been in the cavalry, so we have a connection right from the start. I love horses, and my whole world revolves around horses. My girlfriend has sells horses, trains horses for a living. So we both live on a farm together with about 30 horses at the moment, and yeah, we live with them, and we live and breathe horses basically. So yeah, I really love to put that with the photo shoots together. That just makes the picture complete. And if I sit on the horse just like I did today, it all feels so natural and so good, you know. I'm really in my element, and I just envision like how it must have been in medieval times or pre-that, you know. And it's an amazing feeling. It's a feeling of power, but it's also a feeling of teamwork together with the horse, and that's something that's so amazing. Nothing can top that.
So, as a king, next time you can probably enter this castle with a horse.
Yeah,
because I've heard this hall here was used for horses in the past, as a historian told us.
Okay.
So, yeah. But talking about horses, do you have an own personal horse, like your favorite horse?
Yes, I have a horse, but she is not able to drive yet because we need to teach her first. She's very young. Her name is Universe. She has her own Instagram as well. She's a beautiful Comtois mare, which is a French cold-blood. Yeah, I didn't want a mare, I wanted a stallion, and I didn't want those colors, but you know, sometimes you just meet a horse, and I had this immediate connection with her. She just came up to me, and she's a big horse. She's 165, and she's 800 kilograms, so she's big, and she just comes up to me, she puts her head on my shoulder, and she just starts cuddling me. And she just stood there for like 10 minutes, and she didn't want to do anything else.
Oh, that's cute.
So, yeah, sold. That's my horse now. So, yeah.
That's super good. So I'm sure people want to see her. So
Yeah.
what is her Instagram tag?
Universe with a low marking, de Comtois. And Comtois is the breed of the horses.
I see. So definitely check her out on Instagram and follow the horse and follow also our new king,
Yes.
Roel.
Yes.
So I'm sure you have a very busy timetable today, right?
Yeah.
What are your next
I
steps?
need to be 5 o'clock at the main stage. We're going to do something. And after that, I think I am free to do some fun stuff here.
So what can people expect at 5 p.m. on the main stage?
I'm not exactly sure if I can tell it, but there's something happening with the elf, and we're going to check that out.
So when talking about the elf, what's your opinion on the baby? Because he will be the ruler of Elfia.
Yes, definitely. And I swore my allegiance to the elf. I think the elf is really important. It embodies the spirit of Elfia. And me as a king, I think I should take care that nobody hurts the elf, and that we make sure that he will be our future ruler.
So
It's an amazing statement.
It is indeed, by an amazing king, of course. So what are your plans for Elfia, for the kingdom itself?
I want to make sure that everybody has a nice place to go and that everything goes smooth. And I see a lot of complaints everywhere. And I think that people should enjoy Elfia and focus on the things that are important. And of course, keeping it safe with my warriors. But I think that's no problem. Looking at the angry faces behind me.
Yeah, looking at them.
They got my back. Yeah,
they got your back.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah.
So as a king, you could, if you want, of course, live in this wonderful castle.
Yeah.
But would you like to do this?
It's an amazing castle. And of course, as a king, I don't have to clean it myself. So it sounds tempting. But then I have to miss 30 horses, because where am I going to put all the horses?
Yeah, I'm sure every horse needs an own room, so...
We need to check how many rooms are available.
Of course. So it really was an honor to talk to you.
An honor as well.
Amazing to meet you.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed, but can I shake your hand?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks a lot. It means the world to pledge my...
Thank you. Okay.
So, yeah, thanks a lot for being here, taking your time, and have a nice day. Our new king, King Roel of Elfia. What an amazing guy, isn't he?
Yes.
And his horse. We have to follow her on Instagram, right? We have to follow the horse.
Yeah.
Follow the horse on Instagram.
I have to say I'm quite stunned, because he's an impressive king. And
he's the people's king.
Yeah,
you know?
Mostly because all the things you said, even though his name is the warrior king and the Viking king, which sounds pretty brutal, but he's a really nice guy.
He's a very friendly and nice guy.
Very
of course, he's a great warrior too, but he's a very friendly guy.
Yeah, a friendly warrior.
A friendly warrior guy.
That.
So I can already see our next guests waiting here, and I
they're
can
the
see
next
another
royals.
crown. So
come on in.
Let me introduce to you. I think I know who this is.
So who are you?
You have to ask, really.
Maybe they don't know.
Okay, so please introduce yourself.
It's Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones.
Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones, obviously.
And I'm Prince Philip from Disney's Sleeping Beauty.
That's amazing. So did you do your cosplays yourself, or are they bought?
They are totally self-made, completely.
How long did it take?
Make an educated guess.
I'm not sure if you worked full time on it or just 1 hour per day, so I can't really estimate it.
Well, if you put it together, like you work for those for a whole day. So how many days?
Let's say a few weeks.
It's cute. I took 3 days.
3
It
days.
was a typical crunch project.
Oh, so it was a lot of stress, right?
It was a lot of stress, yes. I had fabric lying around. There was a convention coming up, and it was a medieval themed convention, and I was like, oh, you have this Joffrey fabric laying around. How about making Joffrey in 3 days?
So it was definitely worth it, right?
It was worth it.
The crown?
Pretty hard that day, and he's completely...
That's amazing.
It doesn't mind the rain at all.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
The crown is made by yourself too, right?
She made the crown.
She made the crown.
Yeah, because I do most of the sewing work,
and you do
she
the
does
props
the
and
props.
stuff.
Yeah, so
I see.
yeah.
So how long did the crown take?
Half a day.
Half a day.
It was like I made the pattern by myself and then crafted it out of foam and painted it. Yeah, half
It was
a day.
frustrating.
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah,
Because cutting out everything with a Dremel or
Yeah.
maybe with a cutter,
it was
No.
frustrating.
It's very annoying work.
But,
Yeah.
but things we do for cosplay.
Of course, we're suffering. We love to suffer
We love
every day.
Every day.
So, but now I like you to make an estimation of how long it took for her to create her costume.
Because of all
Make an educated
the
guess.
little details. Is this painted?
Yeah, this is painted.
Okay, then I would say about 3 weeks. Around about.
Probably like 2-3 days, right?
Yeah, like kind of 5 days.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
are
Pretty
pretty
fast
fast.
because I'm working full time and yeah, this kind of after work doing things.
We are pretty fast with building our costumes. We have all the patterns laying around, doing them ourselves. So we are pretty educated when it comes to making patterns and achieving the shapes we want to achieve right in the first try. So we don't do mock-ups. We go in the original fabric right.
So
in
there's
first
no
moment.
way turning back.
No, there's no turning
Fail,
back.
you fail.
If you fail, you fail hard. But we don't fail. We just do and achieve.
If you fail, you just try it again.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Succeed, right?
Yes, of course.
Lay in a
So-
corner and cry, but that's fine.
That's fine.
That's part of the game. Yeah. Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
You cry for half a day and then you continue.
Right.
And then you cry again.
I have no time to cry. Go on that sewing machine.
You can cry while working. So yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're so fast at creating cosplays, how many of them do you have in total? You don't have the number ready.
A lot. I made, I bet about 150 already. I do
Wow.
commissions too. I don't count those in. Then
So-
we would be around 500 or something, I guess. Already. I did so many.
But 150 for yourself.
Yeah.
Do you still have them?
Some of them, yes.
What about the rest?
Yeah, the problem is I'm pretty tiny and petite, as you can see. So most people don't fit into my costume, so I can't sell them. I try to reuse wigs and stuff, sometimes fabrics, but sometimes I have to say simply adios.
Oh,
and
so
off you go.
just destroy them and throw.
I
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
so
I
sad
know
to
that's
hear.
really sad.
That's really sad.
That was one point when I moved to her. I had to get rid of a lot of costumes because we didn't have the space, simply.
So you are like a couple?
Yes, we
Ah, that's super cute. Two
Yeah.
princes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I had to get rid of some of them, but hey, you have to move on sometimes. It's an art form, and you can't stick with every art piece
Of course,
ever.
of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
He needs to learn that.
Yeah, if you
I keep all of my cosplays.
yeah,
in my-
I totally understand that. I have a feeling too when I sold one in my whole life because it fit another person, and it broke my heart because
I
I,
can
had
feel
to
that.
give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a baby, and
It's
you
a
just
baby,
give it to another person.
Exactly, and she treated it not as well as I treated
Ah,
it,
no.
so it hurt me.
Very
Yeah.
sad to hear.
Yeah, but if you keep every drawing you drew your whole life, you have a lot of drawings. And if you keep every costume, you can't keep them, no, you don't have the space. I don't live in a castle like that. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Otherwise I would
Not
keep
yet, not yet.
Not yet, exactly.
Maybe you can buy this one.
There's still hope.
Maybe. Nice. Yeah, maybe I have
So-
to slaughter some people, then I can achieve it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Please don't.
No, please don't. Okay, then I do.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So did you participate in the cosplay parade
Today?
today or yesterday?
No. Yesterday I was at work, so I wasn't here. I did not, sadly, participate in the cosplay parade, but we thought about doing it.
Yeah, because this is the first Elfia we ever attended.
Yeah.
And yesterday we unfortunately didn't get tickets for it, so yesterday was off for us, and today we wanted to enjoy the convention as well, instead of sitting for a contest and waiting for being judged and everything. So
Yeah, most
if
contests.
we had 2 days, that would definitely an opportunity.
Most contests take a lot of time
Yeah, that's
in
true.
preparation
That's
before and after. And then, well, it's time you don't get to see the location, and that location is pretty
Especially-
nice
yeah.
to look at. And also the market is really big, so we thought about, okay, come on, we just check out the location, and next time it's amazing.
Yeah, especially for the first convention here.
Especially.
So,
you're totally right.
have you been to other conventions besides of Elfia? For example?
A lot at German conventions because we're from Germany.
Ah, we're from Germany
Same.
too, so.
Oh my God, so we can talk
Sorry.
in German, but we keep talking.
We
yeah,
could,
sure.
but the audience is mostly from Netherlands, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So German conventions. Well, at Dokumi.
Konichi, Animok, LBM,
Animagic.
Animagic, yeah.
So where are you from in Germany?
It's
now the English word for North Rhine-Westphalia.
I see.
North Rhine-Westphalia.
So
Oh, North Rhine-Westphalia. So near Cologne.
it's
That's
not
easy.
really a far drive.
No, it's not.
It's
2
not. It's,
hours.
yeah, 2 hours. We
That's
drove
why
7
we-
hours by
Oh my
car
God, okay.
from Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to drive back this evening?
No, we stay here and go to Amsterdam tomorrow
Okay.
and Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we don't have to drive today.
I mean, you don't have to mind it. You have your noble steed.
Of course.
Nothing
I've driven
away.
in this outfit already, so
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I can start to. Yeah, he rode here too.
Yeah.
I
On my Nobsti.
don't know. Simply existed here. I live here.
you live here. So
Kiss the hand.
of course. So please let me know, how is Elfia going for you today? Does it meet your expectations? Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah?
I tell.
What do you love the most about it?
Everything, because it looks like an extraordinary, big, huge medieval market festival.
Well, it is a kingdom, so what do you expect?
It is wonderful. I love the location, the castle,
Yeah.
the parks, everything. And the people here are so super friendly. Really, and they have the vibe and everything, so it's...
The people are amazing, right?
Yeah.
One of the points I like to point out is that most of the people are in costumes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of
You
them.
don't have this at other
You
conventions,
don't
right?
have that in other
And not even those fancy like
in
costumes.
cosplay or in costume, and for example, Dokumi has like a count of 60% at best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around about that.
Yeah.
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 And I think that the cosplays and costumes here are pretty outstanding when comparing them with other costumes.
And super
Because
creative.
we both feel way underdressed, so
Yeah.
it's a shame.
Yeah, I saw
that's
so many super creative
Yeah,
people
yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
So many crowns and wings and dresses. Oh my God, dresses! And they don't mind the mud.
It's pretty
I would
overwhelming.
mind the mud.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, well, they don't mind the mud. And oh gosh, the dresses. God,
The dresses
me.
are amazing, right?
the dresses are amazing. They're like their own individuals.
And all the
Person-
makeup
very
and stuff and the wigs and everything is so super detailed and
Also stories behind
super
them. They're creating their own individuals.
Yeah, that's what
own
Elfia is about,
characters.
connecting with people and their experiences and
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
who you want to be, being whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
that's
enjoyed it
that's
right at the first moment.
perfect.
Definitely.
So we can expect to meet you next time at Elfia at the costume parade.
We try.
We try.
We try
Hopefully.
to be there.
We want to see you there.
Okay.
So thanks for taking your time, guys, and
Thanks for taking it.
all the best for you. Have a nice day at Elfia.
You get home. Get
Thank
home
you.
safe.
Thanks, you too.
Zelda, Link,
Link.
Zelda,
are you
Zelda. No, I was
Zelda,
just sending
Zelda,
you. I'm
Zelda.
sorry.
Zelda and Dark Zelda, of course.
Yeah,
of
Zelda and
course.
Dark
Zelda and
Zelda.
Dark Zelda.
Okay, have fun, guys.
So
Thank you.
thanks, guys.
See
See you.
Bye.
Hello, Dark Zelda.
Yeah, hello. Hello, Zelda. Okay.
All right, our next guests are already waiting, so
Yeah.
please come over here on the red carpet.
And I recognize one, I think.
You recognize someone?
Yeah. I recognize cosplay from Fairy Tale. Yeah, Julia.
I haven't watched
I
that, so I
love
can't say
it.
anything about it. But
It's my favorite. It's my favorite cosplay. Okay, so who are you?
Well, I'm Michelle, but I'm cosplayed as Juvia from Fairy Tale, the anime. Yeah, what would you like to know, actually?
Okay, so did you make your cosplay yourself?
Yes, yeah, with the help of actually my mother and my brother as well, who's also here. But yeah, I sat in the evening with my mother, a few evenings actually, and then we put it together. Yeah, it was actually quite fun to make it.
Okay, was it your first cosplay or have you done some before?
I did make some, or I had some before, but those I bought. This was actually my very first own-made cosplay. Yeah.
Okay, that's very cool. Can you show it to the camera, maybe?
Yes. Please step to the front and we can see it in all detail. So what about the others? Who are you, for example?
I'm a crusader for the Panda Queen.
Your sign says adventurers searching for easy quest or loot.
Yes, we are.
I see.
We are adventurers searching for easy quests or loot.
I see. That totally makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
We did a lot of quests today. We went to a shop and they had a lot of side quests for us.
For example?
We had a chest with 4 riddles in it, and we needed to solve those to get a book. And the second quest was to get that book to somebody else who is cursed, and that book would help him dispel the curse. But he also had a quest for us to steal a certain ring. And we did that as well.
Yes.
And we ended our quests over there.
So you succeeded with your quest.
With quest, yes. And we also found loot.
Yes.
Which kind of loot? What did you find?
Dice.
Yeah, we
Dice,
got
buttons,
Oh, that's awesome.
stickers.
Yes.
So it was worth it, right?
It was worth it.
Definitely.
Totally worth it. A lot of people asked us if we had a quest for them, and we didn't need to say to them no, because we are searching for it. So we need to improve the sign.
I'm not sure. Do we have a quest for them?
I don't know. I can't think of one right now.
That's also okay.
Free loot, always welcome.
Free loot.
Free
Do we
loot.
have loot?
Do we have?
We don't have
loot?
any kind
We
of
don't
loot,
have
right?
anything.
Okay. Well, let's say if you can get me the water bottle there, you can have this castle.
Almighty person.
You did well. So now the castle belongs to you.
Yeah.
We did.
You can, but only for 1 second. So now it's over again.
I own the castle.
I guess you can say it.
And it's on camera, so.
It's on camera, so
Yeah.
yeah, we can prove it. We can prove it. Yeah. Yeah.
You own the castle for like 2 seconds.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, just 1 second, but yeah. So what about you guys? You are also adventurous?
Yes, we're part of the party.
You're all one group, and you just kind of stick out with your fairy tale cosplay.
Yes.
Kind of. But
Kind of
this
good.
looks like Kim Possible a bit.
Yes. It's exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So, you said you did your cosplay yourself. Did any of you make their cosplays or costumes as well? Okay.
First try, so.
I just.
You forgot.
Oh, two.
I'm sorry.
I made a corset. It was my first try at making something. Very proud of it. So, first thing.
Looks great.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
What about you? Did
you
you
can
create it by
show it
yourself?
to the camera as well if you like.
Yeah, please just
So
step in front.
the people at home see it as well.
The mug there is also great if you want to get some room, right?
The what?
The mug here.
It's made by a friend of mine.
Oh, it's self-made too. That's cool. That's super
That's
cool.
really cool.
We bought the mod, but she decorated the friend.
I see. Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
That's a new quest.
No, this is actually the scale mill is my first cosplay, and also the first thing I made myself. With the shield, I bought the sword, and later on I bought the pants and the fluffy bits underneath and the leg wear. But the belt for the sword is also made by myself, so I can hang my shield on the back.
Maybe you can step to the front too, so we can see that in detail. Here's more
I
light.
hope the
So
people
stand
at
up.
home understood that now because you held your mic all the time like this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't give the mic away.
I'm sorry.
Oh, oh, no problem. So I made the breastplate, the scale mail myself.
How did you make those guides?
With 2 thongs and a lot of Malian and aluminium scales.
So it's like real metal, right?
It is aluminium. Yes.
Is it heavy?
Yes. The normal armor would be of steel, which is twice as heavy.
Yes,
but
of course.
this is doable for a day. So, yeah. The belt I also made myself. The shield I also made. Plus the mechanism to hang it on my back if I want my arm back.
Okay, how long did it take you to make the whole scale armor?
The scale armor is around 100 hours.
Okay, that's impressive.
But that is also because you get them not. I got the Malian not open, so first you need to open all of them, then and then you're gonna make patterns and stuff. But opening the Malian was very easy. Just sit down for the television and go like this for a while, and it was very nice to do. A friend of mine also has 2 of these great things, and I was a little bit, I was like, that's cool. I also want to make one myself. Today I met somebody else also with a great scale mail. We immediately made a picture because great work,
why not?
great work. So have a lot of fun.
So are you ready for battle with your armor? What do you think?
I'm carrying the sword, but I don't have proficiency with it.
I see.
I smash people with the mug.
Yeah.
Works way better, right? Maybe that's a new quest waiting for you. All right, guys. So thank you for being here. It was amazing to meet you all.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Of course. I hope you liked the interview. So we wish you a great day at Elfia, and we hope to see you next time again soon.
Yes.
Maybe at the contest. Who knows?
There's a contest.
There's a costume.
Quest.
Okay, new quest.
For
the next Elfia, one of you participates in the cosplay in the costume
everyone, the whole group.
parade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's your quest.
Your
you
new
have to
quest.
convince them, okay?
We've got a multi-year quest. Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
For lending me a castle.
For 1 second.
Just a few seconds.
It's better than nothing, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. Bye.
Can you see you got the water for me? That's amazing. I'll just drink it later on. Okay, so it was a pretty amazing day at Elfia. What was your highlight here?
I think
Was it Roel?
Roel.
Yeah, of course. The new king.
Yeah, the king. Because he's such a nice person, even though his title is pretty scary. But he sounds like a very generous and very nice king. So I think the Elfian people will have a great leader for the next year.
They will live in freedom and
prosperity.
I still like the fact that his horse got Instagram, though.
Follow
her on
that's
Instagram.
Funny.
And follow the new king. And also, come to Elfia next time. The stream ends here now because
sadly,
all of our guests are gone.
We talked to everyone who is important.
We talked to everyone. It was an amazing experience to be here at Elfia, and we hope to be here next time soon. Next time soon,
yeah. Wow.
I'm done for today. I'm done.
It's okay.
It's okay. I just need my water bottle, and then, I just take a nap at the castle.
Yeah, of course.
All right, guys. So, see you next time at Elfia, and
have a great day.
Have a great weekend.